Hello, beautiful soul family. It's Breanne here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to Readings with Breanne. I've had multiple requests here to look into the tarot and a crystal ball reading for the UK. So I thought it would be, a great time to look into that for you guys. I have off the bat received so many words and messages here that are coming out, and it is a little all over the place, so I'm going to try my best to kind of link all this random information together for you guys. So let's get into, I'm going to start with a crystal ball reading for the UK. Again, if you guys enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If always open to hearing your guys' feedback and other tarot topics you guys want me to look into. If you guys are interested in any personal sessions, go to readingswithbreanne.com. That being said, let's dive into the tarot and see what messages are coming out. All right, so I have received tons of different certain specific words that have been popping up, and I have seen multiple different images already in the crystal ball here that I wanted to share with you. Now, some of the words that I were getting were in terms of actual times here. It really was a little over the place, so I'm going to really try to link together what I can, but I got seconds, then I got weeks, and then I got February, which was interesting, but I got a really good energy. They're talking about it being, I don't want to say, we'll be out of the storm by February, but I feel like in February, UK will start to see some really amazing changes here. Now, they are talking about facts, and I was asking them more about facts, and they're just saying more and more. And when I'm looking into the crystal ball, I did see, first I seen a bird, and then I seen an eye. And when I see like the eye, the all-seeing eye, it's that energy of intuition, certain things being leaked, all these scandals, whatever's going on behind the scenes, things are going to be more transparent. There'll be more transparency for the people. So it does feel like lots of chaos going on. I know out here, like we just had a Canada Post strike, but I'm seeing in the crystal ball as well, there was lots of people standing up. I see lots of strikes happening, lots of like picketing, people on the lines here. And you know what, I don't want to turn this into a royals reading, but one of the really prominent images I seen here, it was interesting because I seen the throne. So I seen this throne very vividly, and the throne was empty. There's a little rat at the bottom of the throne, and there's like this string going to the throne, and the rat is gnawing on the string. Very bizarre, I know, but I'm looking at this on a symbolic level as well. I did do a video a while back about the royal family. I've done a couple of them now. And it feels like there's that one last little string. Again, I got the very first word that I got was a show. Again, you guys, this is all a show. These are all, puppets. It's just about that last string, like who's controlling these puppets. That last string is being cut. It's being gnawed by this rat at the bottom of the throne. Okay, so I found that very interesting. And I see, this could be, the end of King Charles, exiting King Charles here, and then everything, that whole empire crumbling and crashing when it comes to the royal family. I feel like lots of exposure again, because when I look at the bird, it's like tweet, 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 right? It's the birds, releasing information, because the bird, and then there was the eye, the seen eye, where it's like there's knowledge coming out, whether this is certain whistleblowers or leaked footage or leaked documents. I don't fully know, but I do see a lot more exposure again when it comes to the royal family. So what was really interesting is I actually got this word. I wrote down, it said alien to your highness, and I don't know what that really represented, but when I got that, that was when I seen also the throne, and it was empty. So I don't know if like if the royal family does have some kind of darker extraterrestrial energies, or if they're working with them, because what I found interesting is afterwards I got this word, the grays. you guys are probably familiar with the grays, extraterrestrial race, but I did get the grays and then they said D2. So I have no idea what that means. Maybe you guys know, but it's just, I'm just sharing this, you guys. So whether it resonates, you know, take it, leave it. I just wanted to share what I'm getting intuitively and what I'm seeing in the ball here. So the grays, D2. I still don't know what D2 stands for, and when I hear the grays, relating it to aliens and your highness, this could be a lot of exposure of things that have happened to Kate as well, or what's happened to Kate. I'll leave it there. So that'll be interesting to see things come out. Now, okay, let's see here. There were some other things I did very clearly see. I don't know how this is related. You guys. And again, I'm not very, I don't really research and Google a lot of stuff before doing these readings. Sometimes I don't know if that's a downfall because I don't know how to connect the dots sometimes, but I did see the plane. I've seen very vividly a plane. Now this could relate. I don't know if I'm thinking maybe something to do with immigration when it comes to the UK, but what I seen very clearly as well was the Eiffel Tower. So this could be, I don't know if it's a plane and Eiffel Tower incident, or if it's symbolizing something to do with people, maybe immigration, something with people moving or people coming, and France or Paris. But those are two very vivid images I seen, a plane and I did see the Eiffel Tower. I didn't see them colliding or anything in the ball, but it's kind of interesting the way those were shown to me. So I just wanted to share that. I mean, some of these things, I probably should write some of it down because maybe we can look into the tarot about some questions. Okay, I am actually seeing something right now. So let's see here. I do feel like things are pretty intense at the moment with the UK. I feel like there's lots of people out in the cold, but a lot of people are waking up here. It's like I'm seeing, I don't know if these are like weather storms or what, but it's like the sky again. It's like this holographic sky that I have seen multiple times now, in different places around the world. And I'm just seeing people, like the two people here, but it's like a lonely energy. I feel I might ask the tarot on this, but I'm wondering if there are disruptions like blackouts or internet disruptions as well. Because when I'm seeing these colors, like they're very vivid, very bright colors, and it almost it's like some kind of a solar storm or something. It's very interesting the way it's coming in, but it's like trickling in and the whole sky is looking to be a more of a holographic sky. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. Now, I do see this winter being quite, it does feel, unfortunately, what I'm getting, things are, they're a little difficult in the UK. They're difficult in many spots in the world right now. And I do see things still continuing to be a little crazy. It feels like this winter is going to be pretty intense because I also had that Eight of Swords as a general, my first card pull, which is really the people having their hands tied, being backed into a corner, right? Now, it's not all doom and gloom, you guys. I pulled some tarot here as well, and there is like over that situation, we have the sun. We do have a light at the end of the tunnel, and when we could look at that, look at those flowers flourishing. It's like abundance and the flourishment does come through again, but there's still a lot of things that need to be gone through and taken down here. A lot of corruption, you guys. Now, I'm trying to think about this because I'm using a bit of a different deck here. I've been using this one for a little while, and I really like the imagery on it. I got the Queen of Cups here. Now, this is a lady, which I believe she's reading tea leaves. But when I looked at this cup, I'm like, it's empty. Like the cup is empty. And it's interesting because I'm looking in terms of let's say politics, the leadership. I mean, I guess the UK had their election this July, if I'm not mistaken, and it feels like something went a little wonky there, or it's like there's definitely corruption there, because when I looked at the leader, I don't know how much, I don't think I've looked into this leader much before, but the Ace of Cups came up in reverse. And when I look at the outcome here, I have the Queen of Cups with this empty cup. I mean, it has a few tea leaves in it, but it's an empty cup. And then we have the King in reverse. So this is an energy of the leader, not, it's like false promises, corruption, manipulation. And there's some changes that need to happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is some kind of a change in leadership, because we do have that High Priestess over in aspecting that Queen of Cups. So I see a potential change in leadership or something going down where the current leader it's empty. He's not there anymore. It's like that cup, that just like the throne, when I seen the throne is empty. This could relate to the royal family because I am strongly getting that, but it could relate to politicians, you know, being taken down. Again, that's something we've been talking about for a long time now. I do see a potential like the farmer, like food shortages as well. So again, I'm not trying to put any fear or anything out there, but just making sure if you guys can have some, you know, extra food on hand, because I do see a potential of this being a tough winter. I do see some food shortages happening here. I did write that down. Farming food shortages is what came out as well. So that's something. You know what's interesting though too? I was given the word spawn, and I'm like, okay, is this something to do with? It could be related to like agriculture, the fisheries, or it very much could be something spawning out of nowhere as well. Like I'm just seeing a video game, and you know when you die and then you spawn back to a certain point in the game. It's kind of multiple different things I'm getting from that. So when I see in the crystal ball as well, like lots of protesting, but I feel like a lot of this is related to, of course, the farming industry as well, farming, agriculture, taxes, you know, everyone is starting to really wake up, which is a step in the positive direction, my friends. So let's see what else is going on here. So I am seeing again a looks like a UFO, pretty to me it looks very vivid in UFO. And what's interesting is over the UK, look at what we have, you guys, the star. And we know they're a hub spot for sightings for, you look at all the crop circles. We were there just last year and we got to witness, and we actually were able to experience some really cool crop circles. So that's interesting because that is popping up very strongly. So this could be sightings, like more, again, in your face sightings. I feel like we're going to consistently see this all over the world, but maybe something a little bit larger happens in the UK when it comes to our star family here. Could be exposures, but I'm getting with this card, and when I'm seeing this ship, it's almost like it's kind of lowered down a little bit. It feels like it very much is more of like possibly a sighting or something to do with that. Interesting. Could even be like, since it's such a hub for crop circles, you could see more and more of them popping up. I don't know how often they get them, but I know they also have a site, like a website. You can go and you can check them out as well. And there's some really, really interesting ones. So that could very much be in link to that potentially, or sightings as well. There's that holographic color again. I do think there could be some like more fear-based news. I want to say fake news. So it's like not getting into that fear mentality, because this king in reverse wants control. That's what it's about. King in reverse, and we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So again, things that are, you know, not for the people, you know, fake promises, I guess you can say, things that I feel like the government or you know, the minister there that is now in power, it does feel like something is funky with that election. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a swap of leadership here. I guess what, a snap election, I guess they would call it. So that's very much something I potentially see in the crystal ball as well. I do keep seeing planes as well. And I know there is some, you know, again, when I talk about not getting yourself so wrapped up in fear and fake news, because I do think there is going to be more fear put out there when it comes to wars. I mean, World War III. I have looked into this time and time and again, and I don't see a World War III breaking out. That being said, I do think that there will be little, clips and things going on in terms of, you know what, I'm actually going to Google something here because I read something about earlier about Biden starting World War III. So let me just look up an article here. One second. Okay, so I pulled up this one and it says Biden missile move puts UK and French weapons into play. Okay, London and Paris have donated. Oh my goodness. Okay, because I was seeing the Eiffel Tower. I was seeing Paris. I wonder if that's what it's in regards to. I've seen a plane. I mean, I seen a plane and then I seen the Eiffel Tower. Interesting. Um, all right, so yeah, it says here all eyes are on London and Paris after United States Joe Biden decide a decision to allow Ukraine to use American missiles to hit targets inside Russia. So interesting. I'm not going to go through the entire article and read it, but in terms of stuff like this, I do think I still don't see. Maybe we can ask the tarot and see what it says, but I don't see any big World War Threes breaking out. How is Russia gonna, are they gonna retaliate? Is there gonna be an escalation of this? We can see what the tarot have to say. But even when I pulled you guys the tarot here for the momentum of the UK, I'm getting pretty decent energy. Yes, I do feel like we're still in for a bit of a time here, especially this winter. But it's gonna balance out. I feel like since I was given that the month of February, it does feel like February onwards will things could start to settle down, or very positive changes will begin to happen. Especially with like the economy, I feel like there's inflation, like it's like going up and up and up, and things are just so unbearable. I do see a turn within that, okay? And the fact that we have the High Priestess with that King of Cups in reverse, it does make me really relate that to more and more takedowns, arrests, and people being held accountable. Look at that High Priestess. It's like trials going, they're not going to get away with this, with what they've been up to, all of the corruption. They're not going to be able to get away with it, okay? So let's move over. I'll take one more quick look and see what else I can see, and then I think we're going to move over and see what else the tarot have to say. So I would say the last thing that is really coming out is a statement. It's saying rates drop. What rates are dropping here? And when I'm asking for clarification, what I'm being shown is like a skyline of buildings. So I could relate that to house rates, like maybe property. I don't know how it works out there in the UK, but with property taxes out here, we pay an arm and a leg. So this could be tax rates dropping, maybe rates dropping in terms of the housing market. I feel like it is related to the housing market because I'm being shown buildings. So I can leave you guys with that. So there is light at the end of the tunnel, you guys, but it does feel like things are quite intense over the next few months. And then I keep getting like when we go into February, things will kind of, there will be more resolutions and I feel like transparency, but it's just going to be still quite a bit of, hitting a brick wall and a lot of chaotic energies over the next couple months is what it feels like. Especially because I have that Empress in reverse over the present. And this is a lot of disharmony. Okay, so let's see, you guys. Let's move over to the tarot. I'm wondering if there is some kind of like a scare or they try to lock people down, because with the plane, I'm seeing the planes, lots to do with the planes. And then look at the Six of Swords. We do have the passport and flight right there. So I'm almost wondering if this is something to do with some kind of, I don't know if it's maybe immigration. I might actually ask the tarot and see if I can get more guidance on this. Let's take a look at the tarot and see if any other messages. Maybe I'm going to ask a couple specific questions, and we'll see what's going on in the UK. All right, so I do want to ask quite a few specific questions when it comes to the UK here with some of the things I was seeing, just to see if I can get some clarification because it does seem a little bit vague or all over the place in my opinion. But I wanted to, let's just do a quick mini poll. What is the momentum of the UK? You know, can the UK people start to see a lot of positive changes? Because I feel like you guys are very much the UK's and Canada, especially like BC right now. We've got the Prime Minister JT, and things are just, I mean, of course they're just puppets, but things are just, oh my goodness, dragging on and dragging on, and the cost, the inflation, absolutely everything is just crazy right now. So there is a big shakeup and things are a little intense right now. So let's see, what's the momentum forward when it comes to the UK? What can the people expect here? Justice, yes, I love it. I love it. It's almost like they're being put on a whole new timeline here and interesting, new leadership. Okay, because my first question that I actually wanted to ask after this was in regards to the UK Prime Minister, because let's look at this one first before I get sidetracked here. But I will say this is also a big like a military presence as well, so I wouldn't be surprised if there is like some kind of a exchange in power. This could be also truth coming out. There's something coming out about what I feel like is the Prime Minister in the UK. The Prime Minister Keir Starmer. I wanted to look into him a little bit afterwards because I don't see you guys like look at this actually looks really beneficial. Okay, I don't see any major wars breaking out here, but there is something about we've got this King of Swords in that outcome and lots of shifts and a lot of changes, but they will be positive. So it's just getting through that Hanged Man energy, okay? I mean, when I look at this Knight of Wands, though, it's like this person's kind of going to battle. So I'm wondering, there's lots of like military energy here as well when we look at the UK and the momentum forward. So I feel like you can hear quite a bit more situations with that in the news. But overall, we have justice, you guys. We have justice over the situation. So I don't think that I still don't see anything major in terms of like a World War III. I feel like there is two different paths. We've got the two wands. This is two different I feel like two different timelines almost, the energy of that. And there's been so many big shifts on a global level here. So it's looking like things are going in very much a positive direction, but there's still some things to kind of get out of the closet. And it's a bit of a juggling act right now, but I feel like the economy and resources will start to balance out, probably going into the summer of next year here. I was getting the month of February being significant, so I guess we'll have to see what kind of happens when that rolls around. But I really do like how we have that Six of Cups and the Sun aspecting this. So it feels like there, again, lots of potential like news and announcements when it comes to initiatives for the children, for even taking care of maybe our loved ones, and lots of like initiatives going forward and good positive energy with that sun. So I'm really excited to see that, but let's see if we can dive into a little bit more of some specific questions. I'm happy with where the energy is going for the collective when it comes to the UK. It looks like some really big changes will start to take place here, okay? All right, so I guess my first question is about the Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Hopefully I'm saying his name correctly, I'm not too sure. Keir Starmer, I think it is. Anyway, let's see, because I do not get that. I feel like I don't get a good energy from this individual. Again, I'm not very versed in the whole politics. I don't know. I don't even know. Are you guys liking him? I feel like it's a big no. I feel like when he was elected, I guess the UK had the election in July. It doesn't even feel like that was a fair election, if that makes sense. But let's see, what is the momentum moving forward for Keir Starmer? Because I do, when I was looking into the crystal ball, I do think that I've seen him getting taken down. It's kind of the same energy I get from Trudeau, okay, and that's from here in Canada and BC. We got Mr. JT, and I feel like a really similar energy with this guy. So let's see here. What do we have, Spirit, when it comes to Keir Starmer, Prime Minister in the UK? What's going forward when it comes to him? 5 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. Look at all these reversals. 4 of Wands. I'm excited to see that. 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. Wow, that's a lot of tough energy, and that's exactly what I was thinking, or what I was feeling, I guess I could say, because I haven't looked this guy up too much. So if we look at that 5 of Wands in his energy, I'm just gonna pull a couple more. What other? The Sun, well, it came out in reverse over him, so he is not for the people here. I really feel like there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised with this if there is some exposure that comes out about him over the next little while on the news here. You know, I'm not a big fan of this energy. I mean, especially 9 of Wands in reverse. This is unexpected trouble. 5 of Wands in reverse could even represent war. Like him not he's not having the best intentions at heart. I feel like there's a really reckless, stubborn energy here. So I will say the good news is like 4 of Wands as the outcome, because I don't see him staying in leadership or power. And again, there's this energy of wanting to put fear out there, because guess what? When we are in fear, when we're living in that survival mode, we are weak, right? We then lose our power. They have power over, over others when we're in that state. So don't cave into this fear. It's like stand strong in this energy, you guys. I do see him being able to cross roads, and there's that birds. I was consistently seeing birds in the crystal ball as well, and it could also indicate like that chirping, like the exposure. When I'm seeing this, I'm seeing the birds exposing this message. It's like a messenger, right? Of something that he's doing like behind the scenes. So I think that, I'm pretty sure probably all politicians have, dirty, things in the closet, let's say that, but there's definitely something about this prime minister that has been suppressed or hidden, and I see it coming out. The people want to heal. 3 of Swords, they want to heal. 5 of Pentacles, we're being out in the cold. So I feel like this guy is definitely funding the wrong things, making the wrong moves. It's not looking good. But let's say on a positive note, I don't see him staying in office for his full term here. I see him being pushed out. I wouldn't be surprised if there's potentially like arrests being made. So I don't know how soon this is going to be, you guys, but I don't see him around for a very long time. We have that crossroads. We have 2 different paths. There is a shift in energy, okay? We have that 3 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like conflict and disharmony. It's not working. And I feel like he's almost ready to be like taken down here. I wouldn't be surprised, like before we had that King of Swords, it's like that military presence. So maybe there is some kind of a military that steps in when he is not around. Because I still remember seeing my Queen of Cups with that empty cup. It was like a little tea leaf, but I feel like there is emptiness. Like there's someone that is that people that are in power, or so-called, I mean, they're just puppets. It's just a show, you guys. Like, this is my messiness, but first thing I wrote was a show. It's a show, you guys. I lost my train of thought now. But it's just the energy of these people being taken down, I guess. I kind of forgot where I was going with that. It's a show. I am curious. I wanted to look in, I kept seeing planes in the crystal ball, and I wanted to see if I can dig into that a little bit more. Like, what is this about? I'm thinking there, because I see a bit of a disruption in terms of communication, I guess. So I have a bit of a two-part question. Will there be some kind of like, are they going to try to lock things down in the UK? I just don't know if these are people that can't catch flights, because we had the one card, Six of Swords, with the passport and the flight tickets. Does this mean people are leaving the UK, or are they getting stuck there? I don't know what that's about. So let's see here. What's the energy of all these planes I'm seeing in the crystal ball? Will there be some sort of a lockdown in the UK? Or will they try to lock down the Empress? Six of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Wands, Eight of Cups, Three of Pentacles, the Moon, Six. There's that same card, you guys. The Six of Swords. Look at that with it's a passport and plane tickets. Isn't that convenient that that popped up when we were doing this? It did pop up in reverse. So let's see what we have here. What's going on with this situation? The fox, the sneaky fox. It almost feels like there could potentially be a, rider. Okay, it's almost like, I almost think that there could potentially be some kind of a shutdown when it comes to the planes, but there's a positive reason behind it, because we have the Three of Pentacles here, and it's almost like the capture, you know what I'm hearing? Like, capture the flag. Okay, so I'm getting here that with the Moon and the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Swords both in reverse, it's kind of the energy of there is some kind of exposure that comes out, some truth about maybe some politicians or other people behind the scenes, because we have that sneaky fox. The fox is sneaky, tricky, lies, deceit, and it's like an energy of trying to, when I hear capture the flag, it's like trying to capture and rope in these people that are kind of on the run, is what it feels like. Like they are trying to ride out of here. So I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow shut maybe flights down in order to prevent it's like trying to prevent people from fleeing, or certain individuals from fleeing, is what it seems like. So I don't get that this is some kind of like a fake agenda or anything like that. I feel like if something like that were to happen and they were to shut things down for a bit, it's actually happening because they're trying to round up some people here. Round up some people that have tried to escape, is what it feels like. Okay, so interesting. I don't know if that's, the Prime Minister or other politicians going on, or I keep saying politicians, so maybe there are certain politicians that get taken down for like arrests and stuff. Interesting. So let's see here. I do want to ask also one or two more questions here. I wanted to ask about the upcoming winter and potential food shortages, because I am strongly getting a lot about picketing, going on strikes, the people are standing up and coming, kind of coming out of the cold, but there's still that period where we're still in the storm, still in the middle of the storm. So how crazy will this winter get for the UK is my question. How crazy will the winter be for the UK, and what does the food supply look like? What does the food supply look like? Five of Cups. Oh, look at all these reversals again. Every single one is reversed, you guys. Every single one. Oh my goodness. Okay. So if we look at the energy of this is really, I'm hearing like a rude awakening. So everything is in reversed here, but the Five of Cups in reverse is really showing over the situation of this winter is, yes, I think it's going to get quite intense for the UK. I think there's going to be lots of certain scandals, absolutely, from corrupt scandals being exposed to also situations with the winter. I feel like it's going to be like a cold, dark winter. I would recommend, I don't want to put fear, but I would recommend trying to have a little bit of, food stored on the side, just to, or a few emergency supplies. just to, you know, have stocked up. But it feels like this is the people having a rude awakening call, because so for so long, the judgment in reverse, this is people ignoring that call. They're turning a blind eye, but it feels like they're finally growing up and coming out and joining the world and standing up for their rights, their freedoms, like trying to actually have their voices heard, because it's been suppressed, and people's voices have not been heard for so long here. So I do love this. The Five of Pentacles is in reverse here as well. This is coming out of the cold, rejoining the world and coming together. So I do think the winter will be a little intense, like a cold, dark winter. There's that empty cup again. I keep seeing this as being an empty cup. So it may be a little intense, you guys. So, I mean, it is a rude awakening, because the high priestess with that energy in reverse is really about information being suppressed. This is a blockage. This is everything, you know, they're trying to sweep everything under the rug, but it's time that it's coming out here. So interesting. So it may be a little bit of, again, a tough winter, but it's a breakthrough. It could be a rude awakening is what I keep hearing, but a big breakthrough for new things to flourish, okay? Remember, you guys had that sun over the situation. So it's like we're in the midst of a complete, you know, blackout storm right now, and then there's sun. You wake up and the sun's shining in the window here. So let's see here. I wanted to ask one more question, and then I think I'll kind of wrap it up here. I wanted to ask about the word spawning. I kept getting that word spawn. Something was spawning. So spawning is this referring to like the, let's say, extraterrestrials? I seen that ship, and we really strongly got the star that was coming out as well for the UK. So, oh goodness, how do I want to word this one? I don't know if the spawning and, like, see, the alien or the extraterrestrial energy is related. Let's maybe do two more questions. What was the spawning all about? Is the spawning related to the extraterrestrial? Something spawning out of thin air is what I'm feeling. Something spawning out of thin air is what I'm getting, but don't know what this is. The Fool. Ten of Swords in reverse. The Sun in reverse. Four of Pentacles. There's the Star. I think that was in reverse though. Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so that did kind of answer my question. I do think the spawning could be in relation to, it's like something popping up, maybe? Something appearing. When we looked at, you know, when I look at the UK, one of the things that my mind goes to is the crop circles, just because that was one of my, you know, favorite probably experiences when I was out there, to see the crop circles. So I don't know if I'm just kind of relating this to what I want to think, but with the star, I really want to relate it to, I'm wondering if there's something to do with crop circles, because look at this. We have the sun, we have a crop, what looks like almost like an energy of like a crop in the background. So I'm going with the energy of this is really talking about spawning, something spontaneously appearing, which, what does that usually entail? Crop circles, right? I don't know, it makes sense to me, but let me know, maybe you guys are seeing this differently, so there could be something that I'm missing here, but I do think that the word spawning did have relations, because we do have the star here. Now, the star is in reverse though. Now, having the star in reverse and the Ten of Swords, I'm always curious about the situation, the outcome, and then even the collective here. So it does look like they're after a tough time over this winter. It's almost like this energy of rising above this. It's like people coming out the other end. We have that sun energy, right? But the star in reverse is usually that feeling of despair, like people are losing hope. So I'm curious if something spontaneously comes out, like rejoining the world, where it gives people a sense of hope. And maybe this is some kind of an interesting, it could even be a UFO sighting maybe, or something very unique that happens in the UK. So I'm really going to have my eyes peeled for something happening in the UK over the next few months here. I'm curious. I don't know for sure if this is to do with the crop circle, but with this energy, I feel like it's something, oh, it's interesting. It's almost like the Fool is like a sense of repair and renewal. Something that's been damaged, but it's being repaired and renewed. So that could very much be what it's about. But I guess we'll have to see. Or let me know if you guys have, let me see if I can pull another card here. But let me know if you guys have certain ideas or thoughts about this question. Oh. Okay, so we have the stork energy and the mountains on the back here too. So it could be, you know, a lot of like extraterrestrials and ships, you know, pertaining to living in the inner earth, the mountains here. But it feels like something coming out, some kind of a message. It's like a bringer here, a bringer of a message of hope and prosperity is what it feels like. Interesting. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's what I have for you. I think, oh, did I have another question? Okay, so I wanted to do one more question, you guys, last one, and then we will wrap up here. The one question I'm curious about, though, is one of the earlier things I seen in the crystal ball was a throne that was empty. So I, you know, am curious what, again, a quick overview of the royal family. What does that look like? Will they be on their way out? Every time I pull on this, I get a big yes to it. But let's do a follow-up and see what's going on. Again, I think that they're all puppets, but will there be some big exposures? I think a lot of people are really curious about the situation with Kate because something does not seem right there. So will there be some news? Will there be, you know, things going down when it comes to the royal family? The throne was empty. 4 of Wands. They are done, you guys. The Hermit in reverse. 6 of Swords. The Temperance. The Emperor. 9 of Pentacles. And we have 9 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups. The Fool. There's a new start for the collective. And I mean, the royal family play a big part. Well, their energies and people all around the world very much, you know, some people love them, some people don't. But with moving forward with the royal family, it definitely looks like they are done. We have their energy, 4 of Wands, and this is in reverse, you guys. So I was hoping to see the moon here, which it didn't pop up, but with all these reversals, you guys, and especially having the 4 of Wands in the royal energy, I do see them not being around for much longer here. I know a lot, like there's been so many conspiracies, and I'm kind of getting that image of, you know how they always like the ring, that crazy, they're like, everyone's like, oh, you guys are crazy with all your conspiracy theories. I'm not saying they're all conspiracy theories are true, but there is this turning of tables where there's actual evidence that comes out about their abuse in power. I feel like a lot of it will be to do with riches, like money, their system of what they're doing with wealth, how they're obtaining wealth, that kind of thing. Especially with the 9 of Pentacles, like look at them holding all this wealth. Let's get one more card, Spirit, for the royal family. Oh, I thought one popped out. All right. The bird. See, you know what, you guys, this is crazy. The birds, and then we have the fish that wanted to pop up with the man on the end of it. So it's kind of, I will say it's interesting because I do keep seeing the birds when I look into the crystal ball, and I am getting that tweeting kind of whistleblowing energy that something is leaked. And I find this really interesting because the Hermit, you guys, look at this card. It's in reverse. There is, usually the Hermit is, you know, in solitude, but it feels like, look at all these books and writings. If I could get this to zoom in for you guys. Apparently it's not working today. These things are coming out to the world. Look at that. Their abuse in power is coming out to the world. So I see them not being around for much longer, but I've consistently seen that. I mean, it's kind of, I don't feel like we're going to be having royal families, you know, up and center for much longer. I mean, it will take time to, you know, go through certain systems and get things kind of cleaned out. This isn't going to happen overnight, you guys, but it is getting there. It is getting there. So I'm really excited to see this. And I just kind of wanted to end on that because I know a lot of people, you know, are definitely curious about the royal family. Some of you guys may not care, but anyway, that's out there if you guys are curious. I am curious though if there will be knowledge about Kate or something coming out about Kate. Can I just get Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and Wheel of Fortune? Three of Wands also came up. They flew out right away. So this is the energy of getting information that's been held really tight, getting out there to the world. Interesting. So it very much could be certain, you know, if you guys had certain conspiracies or things that you guys have been thinking, I wouldn't be too far-fetched to see that these things actually do come out into the public, okay? I do think they may be suppressed for a little bit longer, but I do see them coming out. So that's what I have for you lovely souls. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm sending you guys and the UK lots of love, lots of light. And until next time, friends, bye for now.